Hello and welcome to From the Heart Friday with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B Creative Cardiology. We're here for session 46. I cannot believe how quickly this year has gone, and even though we are under social distancing orders still in New York, the time is still passing really fast. And it seems that spring may finally be here permanently, although the weather has been crazy. We had snow over the weekend, and then hail, and more snow on Monday and Tuesday. And then today, it's like a heat wave. It's 75 degrees, sunny, the wind is blowing. I think there might be a thunderstorm coming in tonight. And yeah, crazy, crazy differences. But I've been enjoying watching my numbers on YouTube grow. So if you're watching me on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. Hey, Mary Jo. Happy sunshiny day to you too. Yeah, thank you guys so much for following my business page here and sharing my videos. And if you're watching replay and checking it out over on YouTube, then thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness, I've gained like 300 subscribers to my channel here in the past week, which is awesome. I'm so excited, and that shows me that you really like the content that I'm sharing. So I so appreciate the comments that you leave me too. And actually, we are just, as I checked just before I went live, need 84 more subscribers and I will have hit my goal of 1,000. So I need to start preparing, because when I do that, I'm going to be doing YouTube Tuesdays at 3 o'clock live on YouTube as well. But I have to hit that 1,000 mark first. So keep giving me the thumbs up and subscribing and sharing my channel with your friends too. Hey Luann, hello lovely. All right, so you guys can't quite see it, but I always like to kind of dress the part and match my cards. So I have this crazy wild print LuLaRoe classic tee going on today. And it's got all these crazy shades of like aqua blue, green, it's got yellow, pink leaves and flowers, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm taking some inspiration from my shirt today, as well as I received a lovely phone call the other day from a new subscriber, a new viewer, and she had mentioned how she was intrigued when I showed the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set and the coordinating dies when I did my pre-order unboxing video last week. So she was really enjoying these and wanted to see a project made with them. So I thought, okay, I've got all these greens. I'm totally in love with the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. You know, I've seen my last couple of videos, I've been using this. So I pulled out a couple of my favorites. The Just Jade is one of the new in colors. I'm pairing that with Pretty Peacock today. So I thought that, oops, get back in view. Kind of thought those colors matched pretty well. And I'm gonna add in some bling. I'm gonna do some gold foil with everything too. So it should be fun. I have not made these cards yet. I've just kind of cut some elements, so we will see how they all come together. So bear with me as I flip my camera around, and we will go ahead and get started here. I was gonna say, I'm missing my little host code thing there too. Okay, so we're gonna, hey Bonnie, how are ya? Flip this around. All right, then get my view. Whoa, wonder why it's turning green. There we go. Let's, I've heard there are some glitches going on with Facebook right now. Okay, so let's, there we go. Turn my light back on without things being green. So strange. Okay, so let me try to get back in view here. Looks like we're good. So you can kind of see my host code there for May, QV6GTRSX. And if you're not quite familiar with host codes, the reason I put that there is if you were to place an order through me in my online store, then by using the host code, that helps connect your order to me as your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And it also makes you eligible for different promotions that I personally offer, such as free tutorials and different product rewards, class kits, and things like that. So I like to spoil my customers, but if you place an order and it doesn't say who you are, or forget to use the host code, then I can't do anything. So that's why this code is here. There are still some awesome specials going on for the month of May with the retiring products from the current annual catalog. So definitely check that out. The links are in the comments there. Okay, so we've got our Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. It's actually the bundle because it comes with, you can get the dies. So there's the thick, the detailed overlay, and then there's a whole bunch of little flowers in here too. So to help speed things along a little bit, I did do some die cutting ahead of time. So what I'm going to pull in first is this gorgeous color called Just Jade. So we have our standard card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to fold that in half. There at the 4 1/4 mark. Okay. And so for both of these, let's see, I did Just Jade. Now I'm pairing it with Pretty Peacock. And this one is cut 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're gonna layer these right on top of each other. All right, so you see I'm using snail adhesive here. If you love this stuff, then stock up, because Stampin' Up is coming out with a new adhesive, which I've heard is awesome. I have not used it yet. But if you're one of those that you maybe have a bunch of the snail cases here, the dispensers, then maybe you want to get some refills while they're still available. Okay, so we've got our layer of Pretty Peacock on top of the new Just Jade. Love that color. All right, maybe you can get a better angle here. See? Woohoo! Is there a reason I don't score my cardstock before folding it and burnishing? Because it's really not necessary with the regular cardstock. The one that I definitely recommend scoring, pre-scoring, is if you're using the thick Whisper Whites or the thick Very Vanilla. But for our standard, nope. I just make sure the ends match up and it works out good for me. So, you know, we're all strapped for time, right? We love crafting, but I hate fussing when it's not necessary. So I like to just go ahead and fold it. It's one less step I have to worry about, and it still comes out nice and smooth. All right, so for the first one, I mean, these patterns in the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper are so, so pretty. But I pulled out this particular with the leaves, which, I mean, there's so many shades of green in here, but I thought the Pretty Peacock went pretty well with that. I mean, that side reminds me kind of tropical. Ooh, I should make a tropical card with that. But I'm going to use this side today. Yeah, I was just thinking this, as I had mentioned in one of my previous videos, that this Forever Greenery kind of reminded me of my grandmother, and she had the most gorgeous bedspread that was ivy with violets. So my grandmother's middle name was Violet, and she had all things violet. So whenever I see those little flowers pop up in the yard or anything, it does remind me of her. But this was as close to the ivy, and that's what it reminded me of. All right, so I've done that, and then I thought, okay, let's do a little contrast. So like I said, with the Blossoms in Bloom dies, there's the thick die, and then there's the detailed that gives a really pretty overlay. So what I've done is I cut the thicker paper out of the thicker die I used with the Pretty Peacock, and just allowing the ivy, or my leaves, to peek out from behind. So there's several ways that you could do this. Like I said, I am kind of a no fuss girl, so I'm actually, when it comes to this, the thicker portion of this die, I'm just gonna put some snail right in the widest part of these 5 flowers. And that's pretty much all you need. I'm not worrying about the rest. If you want to put it in these other two, so if 7 spots of adhesive makes you feel better, then that's fine. I was really not using much and it didn't gum up my surface at all. So that's really quick. If you want to monkey with glue dots, or if you prefer liquid glue, then by all means just put your spots of liquid of your like Tombow glue in the centers. But I just real quick put in some snail. Hey Robin, how's my friend in Georgia? Love it how we have friends from all over the world watching. All right, so I've gone ahead and just stuck that down. And then this is where the bling comes in. So the thinner overlay. All right, how gorgeous is this? I've cut it out of the gold foil paper. So the gold foil sheets come in 2 12 by 12 sheets in a pack for $5. Hey Pam, you caught me today. You must have got your work done early. So I've cut this from the gold foil, and oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for this more intricate part, yes, you could probably, glue dots might be the better thing to use here. So I got my glue dots, and again, I am just going to use those wider parts of those flowers in here, and just put, yeah, we'll go ahead and put 7. I mean, it's so delicate and the card's pretty sturdy, so you don't have to worry about it coming apart. Okay, so let's see, just behind each of these. And let's see, I think I need one more here. Did I do it? Oh, the wind's blowing and my hair is blowing everywhere. Okay, so I got 4. Okay, somehow I think I must have got one stuck to my finger because it's not showing. All right, then the little itty bitty spot there. Yep, I think that's the one that had stuck to my finger. Okay, so I've peeled this off and we're gonna line up our flowers. So that's the thing that you want to match, is just if you tack your flower centers in, then the rest of this will lay down where you need it to, okay? And with the gold foil, actually, the foil kind of is a bit bendy. All right, so there we go. Oh, so cool, huh? What do you guys think? Hey, Diana, how are you? Yes, so I am working with Stampin' Up's new Just Jade in color, the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper, and then the Blossoms in Bloom bundle with the stamp set and the coordinating layers dies. All right, I think that looks really pretty. Love the way the gold foil stands out there. But I think maybe we need to put some greetings on here. So I am grabbing, this is it's one of the new label punches from the mini catalog. So let me show you, because there's 2 new punches in there and I always get them mixed up. All right, so on page 41, this is the Label Me Fancy Punch that I'm using. It's a 3-in-1 because it does a slit for ribbon, which I used on the video, was that last Friday? I don't know. So one of my past videos, I used this with the slot for ribbon. And this does a nice tag, and then this does a hole punch too, I feel like. So I love punches that have multiple uses here, but I just want to cut out the center portion today. So I'm actually, let me cut because I don't want to waste. And this punch is, it's about 1.25 inches. So let me just cut off a piece of scrap here that's about 1.5 inches long. And I'll show you what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from the top. So I have the punch, the back side facing me, coming in from the top. And I have cut this paper to 1.5 inches. And that way when I slide it down in, whoops, stuff just fell over. When I slide it in, I can get just the tag and I don't have to worry about punching excess pieces. All right, so the only thing with that is that, of course, you need to trim this piece off because you can't just, it doesn't stick in only so far. Okay, so I'm gonna cut 2 because I need one for my next card as well. All right, yeah, so that is the Label Me Fancy Punch. Woohoo. Okay, and then you can see I just used scraps of white. All right, so I thought with this, okay, so I'm gonna bring in my foam mat. Just gives me some cushion to stamp on because the Blossoms in Bloom, this is a photopolymer stamp set. Oh, thank you, Luann, she says a clever idea using the Greenery DSP for the background. Yeah, so I thought it looked kind of viney and created a cool pattern back there, especially since we're doing a monochromatic color palette here. Okay, so there's some really beautiful sentiments in this stamp set, and I thought just thinking of you, that's a classic. So I've pulled in some pretty peacock ink here, and I'm going to stamp, oops, I just stuck my finger in it. Oh, goodness, all right, good thing I got a little paper towel handy. Okay, makes it pretty. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my sentiment, my thinking of you, here on my Label Me Fancy Punch. All right, gorgeous. And I'm not done quite yet though. So I thought, let's add some pretty ribbon. So I have the new Just Jade. This is the poly twill ribbon. It's got a little bit of a grain to it, really pretty. So I'm gonna cut 10 inches here. All right, I want a long swoop. And the reason for that, I'm going to put adhesive all over the back of my label. And then I'm going to, Pam says she wears more ink than she gets on her project. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna take, hey Barb, how are you? Hey Margaret. So I'm gonna take this 10-inch strip of the Just Jade poly twill ribbon here, and I'm going to weave it back and forth along the back of my label. So I'm extending my loops out beyond the edge. I want them to poke out each side. All right, so I'm just extending out each side, and that way we get a little bit of get a loop and a, yeah, looks something like that. Then we can trim these off. Put them out at an angle, all right. And then, hey Janelle, how are ya? All right, then we're gonna take some dimensionals here, just a couple, 2, 3. Looks like I only need 2. Okay, let's take 2 of these. And, oh, where do I put it? Because it's so pretty, right? I was thinking, right in the center, maybe down here. What do you guys think? All right, maybe I'll stick it here in the center. And I've got, these are the new in color enamel dots. I really love these. However, in the Stampin' Up! Pre-order, we were only allowed to get 2 packages per demonstrator, and I shared them with my team. So, and I've used a few. So I've got one little Just Jade enamel dot left, but I think I will add that right up there as like the perfect little finishing touch. Hey Angela, how are you doing? All right, so I just used my last Just Jade in color enamel dot. Yeah, so these, I'm gonna order a whole bunch of these come June 3rd when we can order more. But for now, I've maxed out my pre-order limits on pretty much everything I could order. All right, so that is the first card. Pretty. All right, I'm gonna set that right up here. And, all right, I had supplies for a second card. And that, when you heard that thud earlier, that's where my supplies went. Okay. Good thing they didn't fly across the room. That's what happened. It's finally nice, but we got some big wind gusts came through and blew everything off the table. Okay, so I'm gonna start again with my 5.5 by 8.5 card base with Just Jade, so the second one. Kind of starting out very similar Just Jade. Then we're gonna do a layer of Pretty Peacock, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is where these two cards, they start very similar, but that's pretty much where it ends. Okay, so for this one, I'm bringing in just a plain piece of Whisper White, which is 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, so Margaret said she missed the beginning. Is that using DSP under the flowers? Yes, this is the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. This gorgeous greenery pack, and I used this one. It has I thought the leaves were fairly delicate on that, and it kind of reminded me of ivy. So I thought that would be kind of a neat background behind there. All right, but this one I thought, well, I haven't used the stamps yet. So I'm absolutely loving the die cuts, loving the greetings, but I hadn't had a chance to use this big stamp. And so I wanted to show you how that works with the die cuts too. So again, I'm going to bring in my foam mat just because we're using photopolymer stamps here. All right, get things in view. And this is my 3 3/4 by 5. So if you missed the beginning, I was talking about my crazy shirt, okay, with the different shades of like blue-green, and there's some yellow and this pop of pink. So originally I was thinking maybe going subtle with some petal pink, or even maybe going with some purple, but I'm like, oh, this crazy color for my shirt totally reminded me of Flirty Flamingo. So we are gonna go with that. We're gonna pull in some bold color here to use on our Blossoms in Bloom stamp set. And for this is a big stamp. It's huge. Actually, it says images shown at 95%. So usually on the Stampin' Up cases and even in the book, for the most part, the images are all actual size, but this one's only at 95%. So you can see this is a really big, it's really big. Yes, never be subtle. I love that. All right, so this is the largest Stampin' Up block. This is block, they each have a little letter on them. This is block F. Hey, Nancy, better late than never. It's okay. All right, so I'm using block F for this giant floral background here from the Blossoms in Bloom set, and I'm going to ink it up in the bright color in Flirty Flamingo. So I'm just gonna, but this one, because it's so big, I'm going to hold my ink pad and press my ink directly onto the stamp. And I haven't used this one yet, so I'm just gonna add lots of ink, make sure it's all there. Looks like I got a little piece of paper or something stuck to it. All right, so let's add a little more ink. It will be layered under the dies, so I'm not really worried, but okay. And now I am going to kind of pull in the direction, because these dies are so large that they really only fit across the card primarily in one direction. And so when I stamp this, I want to make sure I'm actually still going to be able to fit my die cuts on here. And I just dropped it, so that's where it's going to land, and we're going to just go with it. All right, make sure I got lots of pressure on there. Janelle says, put my shirt down. Oh, you have to go back and watch. I did a cardinal, oh goodness, video with the cardinal. I want to say it was like back in, I don't know, October, November. It was another wild card because I was wearing another one of those crazy LuLaRoe dresses, and I kept pulling my skirt up. So the thing is, I'm the only one home. So if I go like this and you can see it, I'm not teasing anybody. Okay, so I love that. Flirty Flamingo. Woohoo. All right, so now that that's stamped, I will glue it onto my card base. And that way we can, we work from the ground up. So we build our base and then work up to our embellishments, and that way you're not trying to snail over any bumps. Okay, so you can see that's quite a difference in the cards, just starting out very, very similar, but yeah, stamping that image makes a bit of a difference. So I thought this time I would kind of keep the same color palette. This time I die cut the broader die with the Just Jade cardstock, and then I did the detailed one with the Pretty Peacock. Margaret says she has trouble with the distinctive stamps, but mine look perfect. Oh, thank you, Margaret. I think the difference, the important thing is you really do need a cushion underneath your photopolymer stamps, especially with the ones that have a lot of detail. So make sure you get them good and inky. Although this Flirty Flamingo ink pad, this is not the newest design. It's one of my other pads. And I think if you have a brand new pad that's a bit juicier, then sometimes you get a little smudgier image, so you might want to stamp off first. But because this is one of my older pads, it's not quite as juicy. I haven't inked it in a while, so it works pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this down. Like I said, I'm no fuss, so let's just put our adhesive in the center of our flowers here. All right, can you see that on camera? I feel like I'm working off the edge here. All right, so 7 little dabs of adhesive, and then you line these up again with the flower centers. Oh, so cool. All right, so I can see I'm over just a little bit, but that's pretty darn close. Okay. That looks really cool, that pop of color coming from behind. And then got our glue dots here. So again, we'll put those right behind the flower centers. All right, get our 7 dots. All right, what do we got? Like 1 or 2 left? Okay. So the reason I do this, always press whatever you're gluing, press it to the dot, okay? I mean, they're hard enough to see anyways, but you always want to press it to the dot, because if you pull the dot off, I mean, in rare circumstances, do you pull the dot off? We don't want boogies on our fingers. So. All right, so then we're pressing this right down over top. Looks so cool, right? Oh, but Pam, so some of the glimmer paper, but oh my goodness, I'll give you guys a heads up. They're coming out with a rainbow glimmer paper, rainbow glitter. Oh, it's so cool. I'm gonna have to order like a bazillion packages of it when it comes out, because that looks amazing. I can't wait to use it. All right, so we need some glimmer here. So, you know, I actually punched out a couple of the little flowers here. So let's add, I just had the glue dots on my hand. Okay, again, press the dots on. Let me show you how these work. We're gonna add just an extra little layer on here. So the flowers are not identical, even though these are really skinny. You can have to tell by the shape of the petals. So this one almost has, so the bottom left has one that almost looks kind of like a boot. All right, so that one's gonna layer right here. And then this other one kind of has this petal that kicks to the right. It's a little rounder. Just because I had to add some gold. I thought that was cool. All right, and let's see here. I don't have any more Just Jade enamel dots, but I do have, okay, so what do you guys think? I have some Noble Peacock rhinestones, and why these are retiring, I hate that because I love colored rhinestones. But I also have these gold glitter dots, and I was thinking of putting something in the center of each of these flowers because we're kind of going all out with this. Ooh, Diana says that this is like vintage color. Yeah, it is kind of, isn't it? It's just almost like a little more modern, and then a little throwback vintage here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking go with the classic gold. Let's do that. All right, so these are a couple sizes. Let's take this, I don't know, this middle size. We'll add a little bling just to the centers here. Okay. I don't know. I kind of like that how it is. Do you guys think I should add a label? Should I do a rib? I mean, I punched one out. I can show you how it looks if we do that. Oh, they're saying Noble Peacock. Like the pink ones? Because that's what I was thinking originally. Let me see. Let me pull this out. And then maybe I can kind of play with it. I'll pull one of these off. If it comes off. Come on here. Okay. All right, save it on my little sticky over here. So let's see if I do the Noble Peacock to bring out the Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so that's how it looks. Oh, and Luann's thinking put the label on the inside. Yeah, I could do that. I could put the label on the inside, put a little white panel in there with... So what do you guys think? Do you like the Noble Peacock or do you like the glitter? I can't tell which I like best. Yeah, I think this one, Barb says she likes it with the color as well. All right, so maybe I'll do that. I'll peel this little one off of here. Let's see. I do need a manicure, but just enough fingernail left to do that. Let's see here. So let me pull in one of the, Barb likes the pop of color. Pam says perfect. Okay, so let me add another one, this pink color. All right, so let me check the catalog because these Noble Peacock rhinestones, which are so pretty, are retiring, which really stinks. But I believe they are on sale, so let me check. Yes, okay, so these gems here, the Noble Peacock rhinestones, are on page 178 in the annual catalog, the one that's retiring here, so the blue cover. All right, right up here in the corner, and they are on sale for $4.40. Oh, Margaret says she got some while they're on sale. Yeah. I've put in several orders this month. But I'm thinking I need some more because this is what I'm left with. It's like one package and some scraps. And I love these colors. These have, so the blue is Blueberry Bushel. So that makes sense because Blueberry Bushel is the in color that's retiring. Blueberry Bushel Gorgeous Grape is the purple. Then Melon Mambo is the pink. Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. All right, so even though we stamped in Flirty Flamingo and the rhinestone is technically Melon Mambo, but I think that works pretty good. Yeah, I like that color too. Margaret says her kids love bling, so she stocks up when it's on sale. Good idea. Definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna put this away and not put the label on this one because y'all said you like it just like it is, where you can see all of that. Yeah, so Diana says maybe stamp a small grading on the white space on the front. Yeah, it's very small. Could probably fit a little hello up there. Let's see. Let me grab that. Let's see if it fits right up there. Could do that. A little hello, like right up in here, because it's not quite enough. Like not quite enough room, just barely. Margaret says her kids use as many rhinestone on the card as Bruno uses dimensionals. That Bruno has quite the reputation for his dimensionals. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, let's see. You guys think I should add that? Margaret says she would do a tiny white label for the hello. All right, you know what? I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to leave it for now and play around with it maybe a little bit more as far as the labels, but I do kind of like having them kind of one with a label and one plain, so you can really see the color that shines through. But yeah, so I am loving this Blossoms in Bloom bundle with the coordinating. They're called the Many Layered Blossoms dies, where you get the beautiful overlays and these little flowers and all these cool things. Yeah, so pretty. So much to look forward to. I know I'm teasing you guys because these products are not available for purchase technically until June 3rd. However, if you were to join my team of creative cardiologists, then you can order these brand new items as part of your starter kit now. So you choose anything you want up to $125. You pay just $99 and you get free shipping too. So in New York State with 8% tax, that means that your starter kit comes to, it's like $106.72. So $106.72, which is a phenomenal deal for all this cool stuff. So if you're impatient and you want it now, that's how you can do it. And if you're a demo, make sure you pre-order. Yeah, get these things so that you can make some fabulous samples to get you started in June. I know, just a couple of weeks away. It's crazy. I was joking, we're having a heat wave today, but literally ran the heat, like our little space heater last night. So this is like this season's having hot flashes or something. I don't know, it's crazy. But I'll take the warmer weather. We've been asking for it. So finally ready to turn my heat off. I can't believe we've been running it almost to June. But it is what it is. All right. Diana says, go for it. Join my team. Yes, feed my hobby. So Diana is a happy shopper, happy creative cardiology team member. So is Margaret and Janelle. Thank you, ladies, for watching our video today and supporting me. Love that. We have a great team. Aw, Pam, thank you so much. You have a phenomenal weekend too. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing and liking, and thank you for your comments. And be sure to give me thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, we will see you again next week. And hey, as soon as we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, I will be going live on YouTube on Tuesdays. So I'm getting ready. All right. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Nancy. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.